Did Teofimo Lopez insult Turki Alalshikh and potentially fumble a massive bag that would have coincided with his fight against Devin Haney? Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, from the mind of an attorney / promoter. And this is a fitting topic for me, because yesterday on my Instagram note, on the Fighters Rep channel, be sure to follow it on Instagram as well, I wrote, fighting is not therapy. Therapy is therapy. Get help. And I wrote that based on my experience, not only as a fight fan and as an attorney, but especially as a promoter, where on countless occasions I've seen people shoot themselves in the foot, just absolutely self-mutilate, when placed in a position where they could have potentially created opportunities, right? Because they had problems up here that weren't addressed. You know, I've seen guys over and over and over again destroy every opportunity placed not only within their vicinity, but also within their fighters' vicinities if they were a coach, or within their coach's vicinity if they were a fighter, and so on and so forth. And it all typically would stem from a lack of character, right? Which is something that really is only addressed, in my opinion, once you're already a grown man, with some therapy, right? And so I say that because I think it's related to what's going on with Teofimo Lopez here, after he just took to X and delivered an absolute whirlwind, allegedly, of X posts or tweets or whatever you guys want to call them. Apparently he went a little bit too over the top on Twitter, right? That's what they're alleging on the internet. I'm not sure, I didn't see all of it, but I did see a picture of himself dressed as a homeless person begging for money, kind of tongue-in-cheek. But I did hear that he called Turki Alalshikh a dictator on X, right? And he spelled dick, T-I-C-K. And when this is the guy who's funding the majority of the sport at this time and ready to pay you a whole bunch of money and create some opportunities for you, it might not be in your best interest to insult him and to blow up a potential deal between yourself, him, and Devin Haney, right? And so maybe it's time for a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who's obviously been dealing with some stuff, right? We've seen it. We've seen him grow up in front of us and have some issues and say some things that maybe he shouldn't have said, and, you know, do some things maybe he shouldn't have done. I don't know his mental health right now, what condition he's in, but maybe it's time he consider, at the very least, talking to somebody, and if not, having somebody else speak on his behalf when it comes to his career, because it looks to me like he may be shooting himself in the foot, something that I've seen so many times, even when dealing with amateurs or low-level pros in the fight community. That being said, I think it's a shame, because I would have loved to see Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. I mean, I'm not over the top excited about it, considering Devin Haney's last performance. But if anybody can bring the fight out of him, right, it's a equally athletic, maybe even more athletically gifted guy in Teofimo Lopez, who might be able to cut off the ring and pin Haney into a corner and make him fight out of his, conservative bubble that he's living in, apparently, not only since the Ryan Garcia fight, to be fair, but even before that, at times he was fighting that fashion, and it looks like he's retreated to that style of fighting since the Ryan Garcia fight. Look, I do think Teofimo Lopez is a great fighter. I do think he's a great talent. And I don't think deep down he's a bad person, but I think he's dealing with some stuff where it's probably in his best interest to, at the very least, get somebody else to speak on his behalf so that he doesn't blow up his own opportunities. Knuckleheads, tell me what you think about this whole situation with Teofimo Lopez and Turki Alalshikh. Do you think Turki is the kind of guy who's willing to just cut the deal because of an insult? I got a feeling he is. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. After you do so, subscribe to the channel. Join the channel and buy some merch if you want to help me build. I would greatly appreciate that. Get us out this rat race. And I'll keep dropping daily content where we can get together and build the greatest boxing fraternity in the world, Knucklehead Nation. Who knows, maybe we can help sponsor some kids with the money and do some good stuff. So help me out. I look forward to it. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, and we'll talk soon.
Subscribe and join the FightersRep. It'll be the best thing you ever did. Knucklehead.